For our second league. Alright, so second league here. We saw that cards like Expressive Iteration were really overperforming in the first league. So we're going to up the number there, see how that works out. Vexing Devil, not so much. There were a couple times it was okay. Most of the time, though, it was pretty bad. Like I said, it's like always worst card to see. Not worst card to see, but always going to be the worst mode for us when our opponent's able to choose what they're getting off of it. So instead of Vexing Devils, we're going to be running some Grim Lavamancers and adding in the second copy of Expressive Iteration and maxing out the fourth Fatal Push. Maybe the fourth Fatal Push is a little much with 4 Bolt, 2 Lavamancer. Plus 3 Drown, but I'm not really sure what direction we would rather go. Let's start with this and kind of see what works out. In the sideboard, since we're moving Lavamancer to the main, we added a second copy of Mana Leak. It kind of overperformed that game, or that league, so yeah, that's where we're starting. See what happens. Alright, round 1 opponent is still waiting to be found. Something. Let's get this show on the metaphorical road. Like a lawnmower going on in the background, so hopefully that's not too loud. But appreciate everybody hanging out today. Hope everyone's having an awesome Monday so far. Thanks for coming around and checking out the stream. Even if we've got these like ridiculously long wait times. Look at the trophies go flying. So Giovanni's already up to 5. Dench is on 2 up here. Still plenty of time to get your trophies going. I think I've only played like 3 leagues since the new season started, so I gotta step it up. Easy, just play Shark Typhoon. Broken Shadow. It's done. Found the answer. Alright. Hand is solid. We can bobble scry ourselves on turn 1 to decide what we want to do. If our opponent does any damage to themselves, we could have a really big Scourge really quickly. Could be like burn. Sacred Foundry Aether Vial. Does that mean like red-white taxes or something? So I'm kind of changing up my my rollout here, because if it is something like red-white taxes, I don't want a Leonin Arbiter just like stopping me in my tracks. So if I scried and saw something I wanted with the bauble, and I needed to blood crypt, and they had a Leonin Arbiter on turn 2, I would just be like stone cold stop from playing a second land. So instead, we're gonna go for this. Oh yeah, this deck. Jeskai Humans, I'm guessing. That was totally my second option. So I could take Reflector Mage. Yeah, take Reflector Mage, and then next turn, like, Thoughtseize, take Manish Rider, and Ajik, maybe. Then turn 3, just play like Shadow plus Scourge. So I'm assuming this is just like, I don't know why they would Violent Kithian on their main phase. You know you don't have to do that now, opponent. There's time and wait. Alright, so I could play out a Shadow now. Maybe that's what I want to do. Maybe I just want to, like, Thoughtseize, Manish Rider, play out a Shadow.
Or writing layers, or...
What do I think about that?
Any of these kind of video game terms.
That's probably fine.
None of that matters if you
Taj
can't
what?
write music well.
Isn't it Tajik? Isn't that the name of it? I'm mispronunciating Tajik. Probably.
So the first thing for me is always learning your craft.
Humans is hating Lurrus, really is.
Where the music is going.
So for anybody who doesn't know, because I don't know why you would know, Ash Zealot, former Return to Ravnica staple in the mono red decks. 2/2 first strike haster. Not the exciting part. Player casts a spell from a graveyard, deals 3 damage to them. So like Snapcaster something back, Lurrus something. Any of those just results in you bolting yourself. Yep. Got it, opponent. Alright, so if I Thoughtseize Tajik, I can attack with a Shadow.
And a lot of that doesn't come down to what
Then play something based off what I feel like doing.
It really comes down to what's...
Let's start with attacking with Shadow. I'm assuming no block here.
And those two things are what make the best video game music, in my opinion.
And I think I'm going to be playing Scourge. Let's just get a basic here. Deal R6, cast a Scourge. And I'm thinking they're gonna like crack this canyon. Don't crack the canyon. Okay?
You have to be able to feel it.
I figure with like Vial on 3, Vial on 2, untapped Sunbait Canyon on 1, you probably don't care that much about the canyon. But shows what I know.
That's necessarily something you learn in school. or
So
something you learned
just
when you
guy
were watching,
humans,
YouTube videos
I
or
think.
I think that's more something you learn from doing
Not
it,
bringing
from
in
trying it
Croxa against
over
the
and over
Ash
and
Zealot
over and over
deck.
and over.
I mean, like, it seems we're pretty okay against what our opponent's trying to do. We're kind of just running a bunch of spot removal in this list. Like 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Basically 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 18 spot removal spells, 2 board wipes. I'm gonna say all that, and we're just like not gonna see any. I guess. Really want to turn down a hand with just like multiple removal spells, a shadow, a Lavamancer. So if they play 2-drop and we get to like that 2-drop, didn't it? So we can fetch shock, Lavamancer down the champion, play a shadow. Like, fine. Alright, so we still have Battle Rage in the deck. We still have, what's it called? We'll have K-Return in the deck. Opponent can't Reflector Mage or Manus Rider right now, which is kind of nice. Guess who's missing Wild Slashes right here? Me. Congrats on the 5-0 league with Grixis Shadow, keeping them Gurmag Anglers in. It's been like, what, a week or so, but I appreciate it. I do love me some Grixis. Do love Gurmag. Unfortunately, we're not playing him today. Which is a little saddening. I think I'm just gonna get like these Drown in the Locks online. Ha 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 ha. Just adding Lurrus to hand here. Still get a Blood Crypt off of this Bloodstained Mire or Basic Mountain. Is Gurmag Angler replace Goyf as the new Boomer card? Even Zoomers are playing with Goyf nowadays. I think so. I think I would say that's a pretty safe assessment. Like, Goyf, as much as I love Gurmag Angler, is just like the better card to see in multiples. And with like Auriok champions running around all over the place, being able to attack into this stupid thing without fear is really nice for Goyf. Come on, Mishra's Bauble. One time. Man, imagine this kind of rollout just like feeling behind. Not that I really feel behind here, but just like can't do anything. But this does mean that Drown in the Locks are going to be online for basically whatever now. Hey, we found it. Yeah. Do it up. And I think I'm actually going to take a hit off of this just so I can like attack back with Lurrus plus Shadow and like start getting some actual damage in. I want opponent to know that I just used them for personal gain. If I draw like Battle Rage or something, then we could just like end the game on the spot. Yeah. And it's so confused over here, like he's attacking with the Lavamancer? What the heck? This opponent, yes I am. I guess on the downside, opponent has just been like sitting there with 4 cards at least in hand this entire game. So if they do just go like thing into thing into thing into thing, we could have an issue. Could always just scoop. You know, be a pal. Like, I don't know right now if opponents are like thinking or if it's MTGO lag. Because if anybody doesn't know, since the last update, there's been a ton of lag. Alright. So now we're gonna start trying to just like Lavamancer, shoot them out of the game. Alapkis? Oh, I'm saying that right. Please correct me if I'm not. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having an awesome Monday morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out. As we try to take down this Jeskai Humans opponent. Jeskai Humans was a deck that I thought was going to be really sweet after Modern Horizons came out. And, what's it called? God. The Unsettled Mariner got spoiled. I was like, oh yeah, this card's sweet. Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay. How close are we to just lethal here? Go Lava Man, shoot them. Lava Man, shoot them. Just tuning in. How's iteration been so far? I think it's been pretty good. Been really solid every time we've seen it. So if I go bolt them. Alright, so that just means it doesn't matter. I can just like Lava Man shoot this. Bolt you. And attack. Alright. Yeah, Expressive Iteration's been pretty sweet. The first league we played, we saw it twice. We only played one copy, and we saw it twice, and it was amazing both times. So this league, we're upping it to 2 to see if we see it a little bit more often. But it really overperformed League 1. We'll see how it goes here. Like, the 2 times we saw it, the first league, we saw it against, I forgot what the first time, but we bottomed a Stubborn Denial, we exiled a land to play a land for turn, and we added a Scourge of the Skyclaves to our hand. But we already had like a Stubborn Denial and a Drown and Lock in hand, so we didn't need the stub. And then the second time we saw it was against Goblins, and we needed a Lightning Bolt for a what's it called? Sling Gang Lieutenant. And we saw a land that we bottomed, a shadow that we put into exile to cast, and a lightning bolt to be able to kill the Sling Gang. And yeah, just awesome rollouts both times. Not super into that card until I realized you could play exile lands. I didn't even realize that either. I thought it was just like exile a card, cast it until the end of the turn. Didn't realize that it said play. So that definitely made it a lot better. But I think Prowess and Shadow decks are like two of the decks that could really take advantage of something like that. Being able to exile your third land and play it, and then put like a 1-drop into hand to be able to cast off that exiled land. Just like gives you a lot of potential for multiple spells hit off of it that you can play right away. Makes it a lot easier for it to be +2 cards instead of a cantrip if one of them is a land drop. Right. But just like being able to play a threat or something for 1 mana from exile, and then add a reactive spell, Stubborn Denial, Fatal Push, whatever, Bolt to hand, seems really strong. I'm going to be interested to try it out in Boomer Grixis Shadow as well. I was having 4 Shadow plus 4 Gurmag, like that 8 1-drop threat. Be able to play any of those off of the iteration seems really, really good. Our opponent up on the trophy leaderboard. Thought I saw their name. Could be wrong. Alright, what do you got? Windswept Heath Pass. So I would assume some sort of like Heliod deck here. Seems like a good fit for Grixis, right? I'm just interested to see if it fits better in like the more traditional shells, or if it fits better in like a Lurrus build or what. Oh, never mind. Opponent's on the weirdest weirdest Heliod deck I've ever seen. I think I'm just gonna take Blood Moon, plan on like playing out turn 2 Scourge if they fetch. Like they're gonna have to fetch again or shock, so this Scourge should be live. Should have bobbled on their upkeep. I definitely want the 3rd card. What'd you hit? Utopia Sprawl. Drawing into a Stomping Ground. Okay. So, I think I want to Fatal Push the Arbor Elf, play the Shadow here. My opponent's drawing into a dead Stomping Ground, so that gives me a turn to get Shadow down. And then I might want to like snap Thoughtseize, take Bloodbraid Elf next turn. I think this is Heliod. It looks like Gruul Midrange to me. It could be either at this point, right? Like, this is just a really good cover-up for their Heliods. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get this Shadow down while it's safe. Push you, get Shadow down. Next turn, I'll probably play Steam Vents, Snap Thoughtseize the Bloodbraid Elf, attack in with a 5/5 Shadow, and from there, I should be able to race Clothis and any top decks fairly well. It'd be a really good matchup. They struggle with big creatures. You are correct. Typically do. I guess that being said, I could just attack with Shadow. Bertolagus, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Let's see. So, Snap Thoughtseize is an option. I'm just wondering, like, if I give them one blind draw, what are they hitting off Bloodbraid that's, like, really wrecking me? Oh, if I hit them for 3 here, they go down to 13, they gain up to 15 off the Clothis, which means Scourge plus Shadow and Battle Rage is just lethal next turn. Whereas if I Snap Thoughtseize, I go to 8. And attack for 5. They go to 11, they gain up to 13 with Clothis. If they, say, draw Lightning Bolt, then I go to my turn. If I draw a fetch land, I can fetch but not shock, Battle Rage for lethal. Basically, if I Snap Thoughtseize, I'm done or dead to, like, double bolt. Yeah, I think it's this Scourge plan here. Because there's also the chance that they, like, add mana with this Clothis to play around making Scourge bigger. Otherwise, if they shock in Stomping Ground, Scourge grows to a 9/9 and just looks even more lethal. Alright, so they just die. Because they're draining 2 life here, but now they can't play Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah. Expressive Iteration. Would have been a really good draw if this game was continuing, but it is not. So what did I say about that other line, the Snap Thoughtseize line being dead to double bolt? Just saying. Alright, so Mana League's good. Carry Turn's good if they're on a bunch of seasoned Pyromancers. We didn't see any of that game, doesn't mean that they don't have them. Everything else is pretty meh. Trim on some stubs, trim on some, like, heavier blue spells. Maybe I don't want Lavamancer. Snapcaster is usually not the greatest against them. I don't really want to trim both of them. Something like that. Just swing and win next turn because Bloodbraid Elf is always a casino. It is always a casino. Like, they could have just added mana, bolted the Shadow, and then played the Bloodbraid, and like given themselves a chance to draw something good. We would have had Revolt for the Bloodbraid, so it wouldn't have mattered, but could have been a line. I don't think they had to drain 2 life there. Ship this. Ugh. Alright. We'll see what happens. Bottom of this K return. We've got a draw step. We've got bobble plus draw next turn. So if we just find like any interaction, we could be okay. Plus opponents mold to 5. At least 5. Okay. Having basic swamp against Blood Moon's pretty nice. Going into Obstinate Baloth. Things I do not plan on taking. Hard cast Bone Crusher. Second land? Not a second land. So, we're not thought seizing a Baloth. Means we are saying go. Alright, so they do have to fetch down to 15 to get a Baloth online. So let's get Mountain here. Play a Scourge. No blocks. We are going to have to trade off a Scourge for one of their threats here. never mind. We did. All right. Let's find a better game 3 hand. If I want to change anything up. Roxo looks even worse if we know that they've got Bailoff. I think we'll just stick with our stick to our guns here. Love to play first. Okay. So, I guess we will... My concern here is if I don't bolt my opponent, this Scourge might not be online. Well, if they just go like fetch land pass, then I'm not casting this Scourge. Oh no, no! Oh, got to play my land. Oh well, fine, fine. I was thinking I'd played my land before the bobble. But it's over here looking like, what is this idiot doing? I'll have you know, idiot is probably just casting an Inquisition here. They have like a Veil of Summer here. They have to fetch to cast it, so at least get it out of hand. Rin. Go. Second Inquisition's really nice. We get to take Clothis. Glory Bringer. Not very nice. Alright, so I think if they whiff on a land here, I'm just gonna go bolt upstairs, try to get Scourge online. Hard cast Bone Crusher. Okay. Lightning Bolt. Not bad. So K return away this Arbor Elf, play Shadow. The next turn I can attack with both. Have stub up on the crackback. All right. That means I'm not dead to Bloodbraid into Lightning Bolt on the return swing. Oh, please block the Scourge. Oh, opponent, you had the right choice the first time around. Oh, man, you should have blocked the Shadow. You should have blocked the Shadow. Now we beat like Bloodbraid into Seasoned Pyromancer. Who calls these things? Who calls them? You're geniuses. Just show you how dead you are. The Scourge doesn't die there because damage all happens at once, right? Yes, it's the same thing as if you're like blocking with a Shadow. Like a 2/2 Shadow against 2 3/3s. Damage being done to you is dealt at the same time as damage to your Shadow. State-based actions, when Shadow's power and toughness are checked, see that there's not lethal damage because, oh, you're now 3 less life. Shadow's 3 points bigger. So if our opponent had blocked the Shadow, it would have died, but the Scourge would have grown to an 8/8. Since they blocked the Scourge, it grew to an 8/8 during the damage step with 4 damage marked on it.
It's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
Wasn't expecting the fast pairing there. Yeah, basically all of the random tricks you can do with Death Shadow growing when your opponent attacks at you, you can do the same sort of things attacking your opponent with Scourges a lot of the time. All right. Let's put Expressive Iteration to the test here.
You know, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in.
Prowess action.
You know, you want those.
Bobble into Bobble. Name a more iconic duo. I'll wait.
It's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
Another MTGO grinder. I believe it. Have you found these shadow decks fair versus Jund? From my understanding, Jund is not a good matchup. It varies a lot depending on like the shadow deck, the build. There's a lot of room for interpretation.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate.
Before calling any of them just like poor matchups. And it's got second Stormwing on top. That doesn't sound very good for us.
Getting it to feel right.
Like, Scourge is good against Jund, like Bench said. There's a lot of little buffs here and there. Yeah, they're gonna have Stormwing regardless. I might as well just like not let them have the Serum and the Stormwing. But like Lurrus got printed. For the green variations, like Bench said, Veil got printed, Veil of Summer, Scourge of the Skyclaves, like all of those kind of help out the matchup.
You know, take out, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in.
Let's see if we can just like get one of these off the board.
You want those.
Really big reason to play one of these now. Give Quadruple Strike. Make this Lavamancer a 1/1 Quadruple Striker. Shoot you in the face. Probably should have left Bolt because of Snapcaster. We're pretty dead here. Alright. Game 2. So we do get some okay spells. A few extra answers to Stormwing Entity. What are we wanting to board out? Do something like that. Trim on some stuff that doesn't kill Stormwing. Board out an Excessive Iteration. A little slow here. I could probably see boarding the second one out. This is a solid hand. Not skipping over playing our land again. Fool me once, Moto. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on you again. Guess we'll take a shadow. It's like, okay, kinda. Alright, so hopefully we can get our opponent to like Manamorphose into a Stormwing here. Let us just Mana Leak the Stormwing. There's this Grixis control versus is it control? Lava dart me. That saying will forever remind me of George Bush. Thoughtseize would be a good draw. So we can do with that. Go Blood Crypt. Shadows. Say go. What do we got? Flashback Lava Dart on my face. Got it. Light up the stage on my face. Sure. Manamorphose. The opponent has played a land this turn, which kind of makes me want to just like bolt myself and stub this. But I think I am. Bolt myself. Stub this. Then if they go like Soul Scar, I just get to Fatal Push the Soul Scar, untap with a Shadow, like add Lurrus to my hand. It just opens up like a whole bunch of really good draws for me. So that one's alright. Am I holding up double stub or am I adding Lurrus? Double stub, Lurrus. Double stub, Lurrus. With Lurrus. Sprite dragging me. Will stub light up the stage. Okay. feel not great, but solid here. And let's just go Lurrus, Bobble, say go. I guess like we could Bobble them and say go. Sure. Serum Visions, sure. Yep. So they've already played land for turn. So I'm not going after this Sprite Dragon proactively. They've got to play another spell to kill me with it. So I can just like block the Swift Spear. Yeah, block the Swift Spear, like stub a bolt or do whatever there. Anamorphose. Let's go Fatal Push you. Back with both. You have to block this shadow. Say go. Now, like, Snapcasters are lethal. Got a whole bunch of lethal draws. Absolutely Stubborn Denial of that. Alright, game 3, Blue-Red Prowess. What am I changing up? On the draw, the fourth Thoughtseize is a lot more appealing. Probably just cut the second Lavamancer. That's what I want. This is fine. I don't want to make room for a Croxa anywhere. Kinda do. Croaks over an Inquisition. Okay. Got Answer to Stormwing in hand. Now we've got an answer to that on board. Let's see what you've got coming up. Fire Bluff Canal. Okay, so let's just get basic Swamp. Thoughtseize. We're just going all in on this dude. So if I take Swift Spear, and they fire off everything. That's Anamorphose, Mutagenic, Bolt, Burst Lightning. 2 for Burst Lightning, 3 for Bolt, 2 for Mutagenic, 11. That would put me at 17.6. I think that's what I gotta do. Go to 5 off of this Scalding Tarn. For whatever reason, they don't go all in on this Soul Scar this turn. Like, I do get to untap in really good shape. But they've not. Now am I getting Steam Vents? Like, once they don't go all in on that, I could get Steam Vents and do what? Pass and plan on drowning. I could... Inquisition away a burn spell right here. Probably just need to drown this before they untap. That's a good start for me. Lightning Bolt, best card in hand. One top, one bottom. Paper snag on. Okay. I kind of wanted to just flash in this Snapcaster and start attacking. At least, like, give my opponent something that they need to think about. If they want to spend a burn spell on it, sure. Alright, Mutagenic, Burst Lightning, Lava Dart in the yard, so that's 3 points of burn. Sprite Dragon would be a really good draw for them. Third land would be a really good draw for us. All right, third land, please. Third land. Guess we just bolt this now. Start making them use spells at inopportune times. Real lightning. A little annoying. They are going to have to use multiple spells to save this soul scar. I want to kill this before they go to combat or anything. Play around, light up the stage. Alright. One top, one bottom. You sacrifice a creature. Anyone you want. Any creature you can possibly think of sacrificing. Sacrifice it. They don't have a target if they need to get Stormwing online. Now they do, but they have to pay 2 life if they want to mutagenic and then like cast a Stormwing. That's a good draw. Really good one. So I know mutagenic is dead. I could go for snap bolt, like get a basic mountain off this, go for snap bolt, and just kill them here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. They scryed to the top with they scryed to the top with Stormwing Entity. That other card's probably like a Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt, Manamorphose, something like that. And I beat double bolt here. Okay. Ooh. 3-0 on to match 4. That was a sweet one. Very well played. Appreciate it. Good to know that you think my plays are doing well. Ooh, we got a prediction coming in. Kiss 4, were you not content enough destroying us in our last league? You got to come back and and see what's going on. So yeah, for anybody who's wanting to make a vote, We've got a prediction going on right now. I'm assuming it's whether or not we'll trophy. Yep, that's what it looks like. So get your channel points in if you're wanting to make a bet. Bet for or against the trophy. Winning team wins points versus the losing team. Incoming 2 losses in a row, probably. Probably. Degambrinus. Please tell me how to say it so I don't say it wrongly. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday wherever you're at in the world. Or if it's Tuesday already for you, hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Betting against the money, or betting against a trophy is in fact good money. Like, the odds of 5 wins in a row are pretty slim anyway. Alright, so how do you pronounce it? Is it like Degambrinus? Is it Degambrinus? Degambrinus? I need pronunciations here. But hey to you as well. What did I play against the first 2 matchups? What did we play against the first 2 matchups? Gruul Midrange, and was the second match was Gruul. The first match was what? Yeah, the first match was Jeskai Humans with like Tajik, Manus Rider, Ash Zealot. It was pretty interesting. The Gambrinis? The Gambrinis? The Gambrinis? Is that it? The Gambrinis? Alright, I can remember that, I think. Mike, you got this. I'm winning those points. I'm glad somebody's rooting for me. Yeah, there has been a lot of Gruul. Definitely been a lot of Gruul. What do I think of this? Mystical Pod, how's it going? And is like okay. It's been grueling without away. See what happens. Test out our expressive iteration. Popped up to say hi. Gonna go right back to the shadow lurking. You're always welcome to lurk as much as you would like. Alright. Few too many lands. Possibly. Yeah, we did play in our first league. You were my only loss in the last league. Was playing Vexing Devil, trying it out for the fun of it. Would not recommend. Pretty sure I shuffled you away. Pretty positive I shuffled you away. Ooh. They reveal a shadow on top. That's pretty fun. You trophied with classic Grixis? Nice! That's awesome. Congrats on the trophy. Alright, so let's go basic swamp. And we'll Thoughtseize plus Lava Man down this Goblin Guide. we want to take? It's like a burn spell here. We take like Cure. And I think I'm just gonna like pass here, let my opponent make a decision off this Rift Bolt. If they go to Rift Bolt, our Lavamancer will just like shoot Goblin Guide in response. If they go to Rift Bolt us, then I'll let them like play out a threat. Grim Lavamancer will block one, shoot the other, will untap, play Shadow. But no, that's awesome that you got the trophy with old school Grixis. Those Gurmag anglers did put in some work against us. Second iteration, not the greatest. Alright. What's our plan to get from where we're at to having our opponent dead? I guess if I'm gonna cast an iteration, like I might as well cast it. Ooh, that's pretty good. We can put Drown into hand. We can only play the exiled card this turn. I don't think I want to play Inquisition over Shadow, so I'm gonna bottom the Inquisition, exile the Polluted Delta. Because if I like shuffle or something and redraw the Inquisition, it's not as bad as like redrawing the Polluted Delta. Gurmag too strong. Gurmag is great. We trophied, was it last week or something, maybe the week before, with traditional Grixis with trophies, or with Gurmag anglers, and it felt pretty amazing. Alright, how close is our opponent to dead? They tap 2 to Boros Charm. They go to 16, so 8 would be lethal on our end. We could Expressive Iteration if we had a fetch land that's not lethal. I think what we're doing is I shock to 6. I don't think I can shock to 6. I think I have to go Tapped Blood Crypt. If I take Boros Charm, go down to 4. Or let's, one step at a time. If I attack with Shadow, and they block, I play Tapped Blood Crypt. They Boros Charm, they go to 16, I go down to 4, Shadow's a 9/9. Battle Rage on the Shadow is lethal. And then I get to pass, they Swift Spear, Lava Spike. I can't stop them from killing me. If they don't block and take 5, I shock, they down to 6, they Boros Charm, I drown in the lock. I'm at 6. They untap. Play Swift Spear. Lava Spike. I Fatal Push the Swift Spear. I take 5, go to 1, and I've got lethal. So if they don't block, I've got a line to get from here to lethal. If they do block, let's see, if I shock and attack, what about no shock, no attack? Like just Blood Crypt, pass. Boros Charm is an instant. If I tap Blood Crypt, pass, what happens? The end of turn Boros Charm, I take it, go down to 4. Yeah, I think that's the play. Tap Boros Charm, or tap Blood Crypt, pass. They go for Boros Charm here. I take it, go down to 4. I die to like land Swift Spear double burn spell. Something like that. Like double 1 mana burn spell. So if I go block Goblin Guide, let's think about this. If I block Goblin Guide, take the 1, go to 3. I have to counter the Lava Spike. I was gonna have to counter it anyway. I think that's right. I don't think I Fatal Push. I think I take the 1 and counter the follow-up. If he's got double burn spell, he wins regardless. So it didn't matter. If I Fatal Push this, I put myself dead to like Boros Charm that I wasn't dead to. If he's got like second Skewer the Critics, I'm dead to that regardless. Doesn't know about the Drown in the Lock currently. Hardcast Eidolon. Counter that one. Battle Rage this thing. Nice read. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I don't think we wouldn't have been dead to Searing Blaze regardless. It's just Bora's Charm that would have been like the 2-mana spell that punished us. How have you liked Expressive Iteration so far? I think it's been pretty solid. I don't know how many copies ultimately I would like to run, but it's been good the times that I've seen it. Unfortunately, this is a matchup where I think we're boarding it out because we kind of want all of our interaction as cheap as possible. Come on, Burn Player, I need to win one of these predictions eventually. Hey, you chose to blow your savings betting against me. What do I think of this? Don't think this is good enough. But then again, if we see the second land, it's probably pretty good. We got Battle Rage and Scourge, so like it can't be the worst. Soul Crack off the top. Okay. Just take Eidolon. Juice Box coming in with the 200 bits. Thank you so much. Nice work, man. I appreciate it. I do my best. Not a second land. Alright, so Skull Crack, Lightning Bolt. I'm a little surprised they would keep a five lander. Appreciate your streaming, dude. Fun to watch and informative AF. Well, I appreciate it. It's very kind of you to say. I try to emulate my stream after streamers that I enjoy, and not some of them are like really top tier players, but most are just really talkative about their lines. Even if they're wrong, they're at least explaining what they're thinking, what's going on. Gonna have to toss a Croxa. Don't support Mike, he's a bully. You started it. Came in here saying my matches were luck. Skullcrack's fine. Stitching Mana Leak. I kind of want this Croxa to get cast so that I can take out either like a land, turn on Scourge, or something. Alright. I think I'm just going to get Mountain and Croxa here. Looking to stream Magic when I get a new PC here in a couple weeks. Any tips besides talk through lines? I think the best tip I can give, and I think Kevin will probably agree with this because Kevin absolutely runs one of the streams that I like hanging out in the most, is be interactive with chat. Like, I think some of the streams that are the biggest turnoffs are the ones where you've got somebody like playing through their matches and just completely ignoring chat or something like that. And I think those are like really difficult to watch. But if you have a stream where you're just like talking with chat, even if it's not anything super pertaining or ridiculously like insightful, just having a chat that knows you're listening to them is really good. Either be really good at the game or entertaining. Reed Duke is brilliant but not interactive for me to watch. That's fair. Like, one of the things that Steven and I have discussed is it seems when you go down the list of streamers, you see a pattern emerge really quickly where, like, the top tier streamers are either really engaging personalities or really, like, tier 0 Magic players. And it's not too terribly often that you get both of those. But watching people who aren't necessarily like God tier, but just talk about what's going on is pretty huge. No Therese Nielsen's basics. I mean, I've got them. I swap back and forth between them and like the Dan Frazier, Douglas Schuler, Mark Poole basics, depending how the day's going. That intent on killing my Scourge. I'm gonna double Searing Blaze. You keep in Searing Blaze post board? Alright, so you just die. Alright. Tip to the burn players out there. Don't keep in Searing Blaze against the Shadow decks. Not great. See, Kevin, I'm really bad. Luckily, people like watching me getting my teeth kicked in. Like, I would say I compare myself to like Kevin, to Will Hall, to these players that are we make mistakes and it happens and there's nothing you can do about it. We're human. We make more mistakes than like Reed Duke is gonna make. But I like to think that all of us do a decent job of like hanging out with chat, making it an inviting place to hang out, making it so everybody feels pretty welcome. And I think that's a big key to me. If you're not an insane grinder, then not taking yourself seriously and having a light sense of humor is very important. Agreed with that. You need some jokes. Biggest turnoff, in my opinion, is someone not playing well and tilting off, taking it too seriously. Basically, I would never want myself as a streamer. That's pretty funny. Like, I like watching Steven play. Steven talks about way more lines than I do. Like, Steven is like the realistic version of me. He talks about lines that are actually going to happen. I'm over here like, well, if my opponent rips like bolt into Supreme Verdict, into Go for the Throat out of their like mono green control deck, then they can kill me from here. So I need to play around that. The bench. Kevin, you don't look bad when I watch you. I think the deck is bad. Dang. Call me a shit player all you want, but don't hurt my baby Abzan. Oh man, these are some shots fired today. I think Abzan is really fun to watch. Obviously, I'm not as high on Stoneforge Mystic as some players in the chat at the moment, but I think it's a cool card. I really liked watching the Toski Abzan leagues. Alright, what do I think here? So here's a good question. How are we 4-0 playing against an opponent that's 0-0? That seems like really weird pairings. I want an Inquisition here or Bolt. I guess Inquisition, because I can always like Bolt next turn. I don't really want to be up against something like super unfair and not have the Inquisition. Dredge, you say? I'm going to take the really good Dredge card. Good luck to the 5-0. Appreciate it. We're going to need it if we're up against Dredge. Definitely going to need it. Toski does seem fun in any deck. You should just also focus on having fun regardless of stream metrics. As long as you're having fun, your channel will grow organically. 1000% agree. Like, I think enjoying playing will make you want to play more. And if you're wanting to play more, you'll be in front of the camera more. You'll interact with chat more. You won't get tilted. Like, Steven made a really good point there. I don't watch streamers that tilt often. Like, that's a big, big turn off to me. Alright, I think I'm going to flash in Snapcaster, untap, Fatal Push the Narcomoeba, attack, and play Scourge. I think I need to get this Scourge up to like bigger than a 3/3 sooner rather than later. My 1-for-1 removal is not going to be very good in this matchup. So if they're playing Prized Amalgam next turn, like, I just want to get to where I can get a big Scourge going. Let's see. My plan's to drink and play janky shit for fun, I think. I'm all for it. Like, if you would have fun doing that, I think that's what you need to do. And obviously, any help I can provide to grow the stream, I'm here. Same, I don't like streamers that say how they can lose to a bad deck when they lose. I mean, I feel like I've probably said that a time or two. Alright, so opponent's got Sacred Foundry, Mountain, Unknown, Unknown. I think we're just going to swing in with our two guys. If they want to block the Snapcaster, that's pretty okay. If they block the Scourge, then just like the last time, Scourge hitting them will grow, or Snapcaster hitting them will grow Scourge inside of combat. But I kind of want to save this Lightning Bolt for like a what's the dude? Stinkweed Imp, something like that. Don Swallow? Gonzalo, please correct me on the pronunciation. Thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday wherever you're at in the world. We get to hit him with this Scourge. Am I thought seizing? Like, my fear is that I thought seize and I see like 2 dredgers. But the upside is that I thought seize and get to take like a creeping chill out of hand. So I think I'm gonna go for it. We're doing things. We're doing things. Don Saulo? Is that right? I'm from the southern states of the US. We don't have accents that are very good at picking apart nuances. Alright. Opponent hits us with this. We could bolt them, which means they can't fetch. Kind of okay with that. Now if we draw like Snapcaster, Battle Rage, Second Bolt, any of those just like kill our opponent on the spot. I guess they can fetch. Was not the worst, but we put them down to like lethal bolt range. And if we get to add Lurrus to our hand, play Shadow here, then we do open up ourselves to like Lurrus, Snapcaster from our yard, plus Bolt in a couple turns. Dogfish, how's it going? Yeah, playing for the 5-0 this league. See how it goes. Hopefully this is just like hard cast another Narcomoeba. Yep. Pretty okay one. Alright, so attack with Scourge. You just have to block.
What you have is nothing more
Yep.
than a system of wires and circuits.
Follow you, see what you're drawing into.
Only to the extent of which you program it to.
Play Lurrus.
It will be your friend.
Replay Bobble.
The table you built it on will be.
Bobble ourselves, because why not? If I draw into a lightning bolt, I want to bolt them on their upkeep. Lightning bolt. Okay. So this creeping chill will simultaneously grow the shadow while shrinking the scourge. Means they are just dead. I can play Bobble from the yard, crack it, turn on Revolt for Fatal Push. So, why can't any of my Dredge opponents whiff like this? Because you're too busy playing like Toskies and Stoneforge Mystics and not Expressive Iterations. This is the card that you need to be playing to get your opponent to whiff. Alright, so Mana Leak's great. Kozilek's Return's okay. Clearing out blockers and clearing out like stinkweeds is really nice off of that card. Soul Guides are great. 1-for-1 removal's pretty bad. Last couple spots. Maybe something out of like these. What? Would I rather have Iteration or... I guess I'd rather have Lavamancer. Unless they're on ley lines. If they're on ley lines, I'd rather have Iteration. Leyline of the Void, I mean. So what are we hedging against? I guess we're going to hedge against no leyline And then we might swap it up for game 3 if we see Leyline. How about that? So I think this is just like not good enough to beat Dredge. This could be anything. Even be a boat. So, they have Leyline. Not the Leyline I expected, but do have Leyline. Do I want to Soul Guide Lantern? Or do I want to hold up Stub for like a cathartic reunion? Probably hold up Stub, right? When y'all channel our negative energy. Alright. Like, our hand's not great here, so there's a decent chance we could be going to a game 3. All right. I think it's going to completely depend on if we get to soft Stub like a cathartic reunion here. Or maybe they kept a one-lander. They did keep a one-lander. Okay. Okay. Aussies. Fortunately, we're stuck with Stinkweed Imp. I just got to make sure that if I decide to pop Soul Guide, I probably want to bolt this Narcomoeba first. Alright, so yeah, like with this on the stack, I'm just going to bolt the Narcomoeba and pop the Soul Guide. It does give them a blind draw here, which if they just rip a second land and get to like Cathartic Reunion or something, I'm probably dead. Oh, I wonder if they have like the red-white one in hand. Okay. So let's get Lurrus in hand. Adding Lurrus to hand here because if they have third land in either Cathartic Reunion or the other one, I can't stop it anyway with a soft stub. So Lurrus gives me the best chance of like getting back Soul Guide Lantern next turn and had the Cathartic Reunion. No. I want to know if they top decked the Reunion. But like if they had it, I don't know why they wouldn't just play it last turn. Like, what's the benefit of letting me untap there? Alright, so let's go Bobble, Soul Guide from hand. Give myself the most chances of drawing like a shadow in the next turn. Hit Ox. Like, I'm gonna be nuking their yard anyway. I don't think it really matters. But I just, like, can't win if I'm forced to chump block with this Lurrus on a Bloodghast. This is Inquisition. I'm probably gonna TBR Lurrus. Like, it depends on what we draw, but there's a very above average chance that's what's gonna happen. You have like a lightning axe. God. Punished for not playing the Soul Guide first. I don't know why they waited either. Like, I figured the Lurrus was safe after they didn't do anything on, like, my instep there. So Stinkweed hits another Stinkweed. Double Loam. Shadow off the top. Not quite. Chills, is he saying? 3. 1 chill left. How do you have to be from your graveyard? I can't exile stuff from his graveyard and shoot him in the face. What's up with these queue times? They've been ridiculous lately. But I was looking at the total number of modern players right now, and it's down to like 850 or something, where it's normally like over 1200-ish. Alright, we need Shadow. Not a Shadow. Oh man, if that Lurrus could have lived. We're basically scooping to like an Ox, a Conflagrate, almost anything relevant that our opponent could cast. Okay. like the thrilling part of this game where we're just waiting for one thing our opponent can play that kills us. And we pretty much auto-scoop to it. But they're just like not playing anything that actually kills us yet. Let's see, so what I'm getting out of this is opponent was really playing around soft stubborn denial. Leyline of Sanctity. I don't think I'm really changing anything up. Maybe I want access to iteration. Yeah, let's go like iteration over Lavamancer. I mean, he could have like no fetchables there, but don't like our odds. Is good enough? Is this good enough? Like, having the soul guide is really nice. Alright. Don't ley line me. Maybe since they saw soul guide game 2, they won't board in ley lines for game 3. That's a pretty not great dredge hand. That being said, we're on a pretty not great shadow hand, so each their own, I suppose. I gotta decide if I'm cracking this soul guide to go for the land or not. I think I probably am. Then just like add Lurrus to the hand here. So I can find a land next turn and start like looping this Soul Guide Lantern. I feel okay. And we know that they drew that Wooded Foothills for turn. The old hard cast Golgari thug. Bold. I like it. So I could Expressive Iteration looking for a land. I could just play Scourge. I could play Lurrus. We know 3 of their 4 cards. I kind of like Iteration looking for a land. Found the lands. Did in fact find the lands. Never missing a land drop again. Let's just get basic island. Play Scourge. There you go. Got it. They've got Bloodstained Mire, Blast Zone, Life from the Loam, Unknown, Unknown. Okay. All Dredge decks like this now, losing Haggles like this. I don't think this is all Dredge decks being this this clunky. So let's go Lurrus, Soul Guide. They want to like blow up Blast Zone on one to take out Soul Guide, they're welcome to. Why aren't we splashing green for Tin the Pests asking for a friend? We're just not big-brained enough for that. Kevin, your channel points aren't gone yet. We've still got some turns here. I'm not gonna lie to you and say we're in a horrible position, but... They've got Life from the Loam, 3 unknowns. All right. How close do we get them to dying here? Not close enough. They're gonna like absolutely wreck me with the second lava axe. Lightning axe, whatever it is. Hug back on top. Whole purpose of this attack is just getting Scourge online is a ferocious threat. Let's Inquisition and take this Life from the Loam, then crack Soul Guide. Draw a card, replay Soul Guide, exile it. They do have the Cathartic Reunion. So does that mean we're taking both Loam and Reunion and leaving them with Prized Amalgam? Don't hate that. Loam, Thought Seeds away, Reunion. Crack Soul Guide to draw a card. Draw a card. You draw a card. They blowing up this blast zone now? Sure. Got it. Yeah, we'll just replay Soul Guide, taking out this Life from the Loam. Hands, there you go. And it is drawing into Creeping Chill. Sure. You can hard cast that all you want. See, extra step cost us a turn. Don't need to draw there. I think if you blow it up, putting 3 counters into blast zone. I mean, maybe, but that's saying like, all right, if they do this thing, if we don't draw, let's say we just like exile their yard, then maybe they take it up to 3, maybe they crack it on 2 anyway. I don't think it changes too terribly much, but if, like, I'm not really trying to incentivize them to take it up there. I'm just going with, like, what's getting the most value right now. And I think the most value play was draw a card, replay the Soul Guide with Lurrus while they couldn't do anything about it, exile their only Dredger, and go from there. So let's see. Whoever voted for the trophy, congrats on winning the channel point prediction there. Whole bunch of frowny faces towards Kevin for voting against me. Yet again. One of these days he'll learn. But pretty sweet trophy there. Juicebox, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Greatly appreciate it. What do we think of Grixis there? I guess we got to give at least some amount of the credit to Rockgrave for wanting us to play Grim Lavamancers. How does Kevin still have points to bet? That's a really good question, but I don't have a great answer for. All right. What do we think? Lavamancer was fine. It was lights out against the humans opponent round 1. Like, that was really sweet. I don't think we ever had a game where we couldn't just play Scourge on turn 2 but had a Lavamancer on turn 1. I think all the times we saw Lavamancer on turn 1, our opponent, like, did damage to themselves. Kind of comes with the territory of, like, not seeing Tron or something like that. Expressive Iteration was really good. Yet again. I didn't think we were seeing it too much. I don't know if I want to see, or if I want to play the third one. I thought 2 felt pretty solid. We saw it a few times, but we weren't just, like, iteration flooded. I kind of mentioned that I would like to try out Expressive Iteration in, like, the Gurmag Angler shell, just to see how it does. But overall, I was pretty pleased with how this one went, or with how this number went. Drown's still good for you, not missing the Dismember. I have not missed Dismember at all. I have thought Drown in the Loch has been significantly better basically every time we've drawn into it. It takes a little bit more finagling in some matches to get it live, but I don't think it's as big of an effort amount as most people think. So I have been very pleased with Drown in the Loch. Scourges helped a lot, closing out in some games, in tight spots there. Sideboard, only 2 Soul Guides is probably short of where you want to be if you expect Dredge. But if you don't expect a lot of Dredge, then I think 2 Soul Guides is perfectly fine. Bloodchief's Thirst, again, a nod to like Prowess. If Prowess doesn't end up picking up as much as we thought it would, then I could see replacing the Bloodchief's Thirst and potentially the Angrath's Rampage with something else. I think I'd play Fiery Islet over Mountain. Maybe it's too greedy. I've been kind of liking the Mountain now, honestly. I didn't think that I would, but being able to get that kind of painless red source when Bolt Snap Bolt Croaks out of the board, when those situations come out, it's been pretty relevant. But I also really like boarding in Croxa against like Burn. So being able to go Watery Grave on 1 into basic Mountain Croxa on 2 is really nice. But yeah, that's kind of like thoughts on where this list is. Like, I still think it's got some work to figure out where we want it to be long term, but it's a cool starting point if you're wanting to try out Expressive Iteration, which again I think kind of overperformed.